Hi everybody and welcome to this phenomenal episode of the Being Politely Rebellious in Pompey video podcast. Today we're joined by the absolute legend that is Joel Kirby.
Hello.
Round of applause. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, good.
How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Thanks for asking. How's work and stuff?
Yeah, very busy.
Yeah.
A lot going on. There's always a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
With a gym, with a coaching business.
Yes.
There's a lot going
Busy
on
bees.
all the time.
Didn't you just fit was it ice baths?
Yes.
At Jets?
So we've fitted 3 ice baths, a hot cold shower.
Wow.
A 6-person sauna.
Oh wow.
Changing cubicles, everything outside in our training area, because we had this we've got this huge outdoor training area with like kettlebells, huge tires, like monster truck tires for tire flips and stuff like that, and we weren't making best use of the space. So we decided that we were going to put a recovery area out there, hot cold therapy. We've got Wim Hof ice tubs out there because he's the guru. He's the king of the space. So
my husband swears by him.
So that's going really well. We've got people signing up for that and adding it onto their membership. So that's really good.
So that's like in addition. So you've got your sort of generic membership and then you can add that on as an addition.
Yeah, that's a small bolt onto their membership. Yeah, it's a small fee each month. Yeah.
Can you pay to go like one off?
Yeah,
as well.
Can. You can do a day pass for the gym and all the recovery area, or both.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So many options.
Yeah,
I think that's one of the things that I do love about Jets. To be fair, is that flexibility.
Yeah,
it gives it that kind of family vibe.
Yeah,
of like, you know, we're all human. We understand that things change sometimes, but come and enjoy it.
Yeah,
when you want to, kind of thing. You know.
So when we looked at it, we took the approach of like what we want to see from corporate companies, and like, you know, commercial gyms, normally it's quite a hard line. So like if you've signed up to this,
it's
you're going to do it, and
focused,
contract focused and stuff like this, and like for us, like and also like price rises and things like that. So for us, it was with price rises and stuff like that, we've got people who are on legacy memberships who paid next to nothing to be in the gym.
Yeah.
And when we first took over the gym, we were set on like bringing the prices up for everyone. But then going back to that, like how we want to be treated by big corporate companies and behaving different to them. Like if you're with Sky, if you're with Sky, you almost get punished for remaining loyal.
Yeah, it goes up, doesn't it? But if you sign up new, you'll get like 3 months half price or whatever.
Exactly. So there are people who haven't been as loyal as you and just joined, and they're on a better deal than you are.
It's ruthless, actually, isn't it?
Threatening to stay with them. So everyone that joins will stay on the same price that they're on, and all those sort of things are just things that we'd want to see from companies, and so that's what we do for our members.
Yeah, you're looking at it with your own human eyes, kind of thing. Where's your membership levels at the moment? Because I know you and Mark had like a goal in mind, right, of how many members you wanted. Are you far off that now?
So we're around about 1,000 members at the minute. For the sort of square footage and the car park size and everything like that. I think we'll be at capacity at about 1,200, 1,300.
That's a nice number though, isn't it? It's not like overdoing it kind of thing.
No, I mean, sure, like you could squeeze 2,000 people in there, but then you have 2,000 unhappy people. So our cap is based on the fact that we boast that you can always get on the kit. I was having a conversation with one of our members about it this morning. You can always get on the kit, regardless of the time of day.
Yeah, it's never too much.
No, in order to keep that, once we reach sort of 1,200-ish members, we'll cap the membership and have a waiting list.
Yeah, and I know that like obviously Jets and Synergy Success Network and the way that people see Joel Kirby now is this absolute epitome of, you know, what you would want your son to be one day. Do you know what I mean? You're epic, you're well known, you've got a great reputation, your aura always blows me away because you just have just the kindest, loveliest aura, and so many people say that about you. But I know that obviously early life for you wasn't typical entrance into the world, would you
No,
say,
yeah.
to put it nicely?
Yeah.
Do you mind just telling us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I was born in Leicester in 1988.
Yeah.
And I was born to a 15-year-old,
Oh, really?
soon to be 16.
Your
Yeah,
mum?
so my birth mum, yeah.
Oh, wow.
My birth dad was 17, just turned 18. So they were both too young to know what they were doing at that time. And both with a lack of support and, you know, being strong-headed and you know, not taking support, advice, offered help, stuff like that. Obviously, they were up against it.
Yeah.
Drugs played a big part in it as well.
For both of them?
I believe just from my birth mum.
Right.
But yeah, drugs was really prevalent there. So in 1990 I went into foster care, and then I was in the foster care system for a while.
So you were with your birth mum for the first couple of years of your life?
About a year and a half. Yeah.
But it was like becoming evident to outsiders that you weren't being looked after.
Yeah. So my nan was involved. Social services were involved from day one because of her age.
Right. Was she in the system?
No.
No, she'd never been to prison or grew up in care or anything. No.
Not. She has now, but
not at the time.
Not at the time, no.
Right.
But yeah, so she wasn't in care. To be fair, she had a like model upbringing.
I know,
like,
it's
my
crazy.
birth
My
nan,
mum's the same.
Yeah. My birth nan.
What happened?
It just sometimes it just happens like that. You know, the person is who they are, and that's fine. But yeah, she had a really good upbringing. I'm still in contact with my birth nan. She's like a business lady. She's phenomenal, like real role model character.
Wow.
So her upbringing was exemplary, really. It was really good upbringing. She just couldn't hack.
Skipped a generation.
Yeah.
Did she go on to have other children?
Three other children.
So there's 4 of you all together.
Kind of. It's quite fractured and spread out, but yeah.
Do you have a relationship with your birth mum now?
No, I've met her twice. First time it went really well.
How old were you then?
18 or 19.
Yeah.
18 or 19, yeah. And the first one went really well, but she suffers from bipolar.
Okay.
So she's
you never
very
know
up
what you're
and
going to
down.
get.
Yeah. First time I met her was really funny and it was quite nice, but the meeting was kind of thrust upon me by my nan, who'd always, I think, wanted that this and pictured it happening, and you know, which is fine. Like everyone has their own things they want. Yeah. But I never wanted it. I didn't care for it. I had no interest in it personally. So when it happened, I just kind of went with the flow. And yeah, it was really nice. It was nice meeting. Went out for a meal, and then the second time, she kind of showed her true colours.
Was that not long after, or was there a gap in between?
I'd say from memory, about 6 to 12 months.
Oh, not long then, really.
No, yeah.
Oh, bless you. So you were removed from your mum's care and put into foster care.
Yeah.
Were you in foster care for very long?
So my foster care experience is now, I'm told, used as an example of bad practice.
Oh, really?
So I was bounced around a lot of different houses in a short space of time. So I think over a sort of like year and a half period, I was bounced around maybe like 14 houses or families. It was really, it's really.
And that was still in Leicester?
Around Leicester. I was living in London for a period. Yeah. And then, so it's between Leicester and London.
Do you remember any of that?
No, I don't remember anything.
Don't you?
No.
That's probably a good thing though, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And did anyone ever give you any reasoning as to why you were moved around so much?
No, I don't know. Just someone told me that it's used as a case study for bad practice and an example of bad practice.
How did that make you feel?
Proud, I guess, because I don't feel that affected.
Yeah.
And maybe that is because I'm blessed to have a a memory blank from it. And also blessed to have my adopted mum, the person I call mum, who was such a positive and lovely influence on my life. So
it's like nothing else matters kind of thing. And maybe it's subconscious resilience that was built as well, like in those early foundations. So you were being bounced around all over the place, and then like you said, it was your mum, so your adopted mum, but she's your mum. And I must remember to say birth mum as well. Apologies for that, because I must get that terminology right. But so at what point did you move in with your mum?
I was 4 when I come down to Portsmouth.
Right.
So 4 years old, come all the way down from Leicester. Cried all the way, so I'm told. And then just started life down here, I guess.
And am I right in remembering you mentioning to me briefly a long time ago that your mum is your birth dad's sister?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
because I remember the first time you told me that, and my head was like, whoa. And it like took me a minute to like focus on what you were saying, and to realize that she's your adopted mum, not like your dad's sister who had a child.
Because it's weird if you say my mum and dad are brother and sister.
You're like, where's your wonky eyes, mate? So your birth dad's sister, your mum adopted you.
Yes.
So was she like a outsider who had watched you kind of be pulled from pillar to post, and then kind of stood up one day and was like, this isn't okay?
Yeah, she hadn't ever met me. She obviously knew I existed. And she hadn't ever met me until this process sort of started. But up until that point, she had not been really involved with that side of my family. It was more my birth mum's side of the family that I was involved in. So she hadn't met me, but she obviously knew from the day of my birth that I existed.
It's quite commonplace though, isn't it? And I think that even now, not just, our generation, because we're a little bit old, that typically it is the birth mum side of the family that are looked upon for, can this child be placed anywhere, as opposed to the father's side of the family. I think they are trying to get better at obviously that and exploring that.
That happened. So my nan did actually try to adopt me. But at the time they were going through this thing with like race and heritage and
like the importance of it.
The importance of like who's gonna navigate the difficult conversations that a person of colour would go through in England, especially in such a white area of England, which was where my nan lived, which was Leicestershire, not Leicester. Where it was heavily white. So they were really, I don't think they operate like this anymore. I think like if there's a good home, it does, regardless of colour. But like I'm led to believe that they don't make decisions like this based on race and whatever of the carer anymore, they did. But they wouldn't let my nan, or this is how my nan sees it, because she was white and wouldn't be able to teach me about the black side of my heritage. So that's how I understand it. So they did try that process to keep me on my birth mum's side initially. But that all fell through.
Isn't that crazy though, to think that there was no one saying, but if you go and live with somebody from the black side of your family, how are they going to teach you about the white culture kind of thing? But then I suppose if you're immersed in it because of school and you pick all of that up anyway, right? So where was your dad in amongst all of this?
I guess MIA, to be honest.
Oh really? Yeah. Have you met your birth dad?
Yeah, I know him. Yeah,
oh, okay.
I know him. Yeah, he's like a friend. Do you know what? He's a really good guy.
Really?
He's a really good guy. Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that. That melts my heart.
Yeah, so he's a good guy and he means well. But he's like a friend.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like a friend. But, yeah.
Does he live local?
No, he lives in Leicester. Yeah.
And then, so you moved to Portsmouth, and when you started school and everything, you've gone to school in Pompey, right? Yeah. How did you find growing up in Pompey as somebody of colour? Because obviously we're same age, right?
Yeah.
What are you, like 38?
38, yeah.
38 this Saturday.
Yeah.
But I always say this, especially now that I'm going into schools all the time, and the schools now are so diverse. It's magical.
Yeah.
And it's almost like spot the white person in some of the schools.
Yeah.
But obviously when we went to school, I was the only girl that was mixed race in my year group.
Yeah.
And, like, was it a similar experience for you? Like, we'd have to go to London for like Blue Magic, you know, for your hair and stuff.
It was So for me, I went to Southsea Infants, Craneswater and Priory. So all the Southsea-ish schools. And in those schools, I think in Southsea Infants, there was like a couple of like Asian, like Bangladeshi kids.
Yeah, same.
Myself and a good friend, Faris, who was also mixed race. So maybe like a handful at Southsea Infants, a handful at Craneswater.
Yeah.
And I do mean like a handful, like 5 or 6 in each. And then Priory, there was an older group who were like loads of Asian Bangladeshi lads who were really good at basketball. That I don't know why I remembered that. But yeah, so there was a group a little bit older than me at Priory, but yeah, like I remember my mum was telling me that when me and her used to walk down Albert Road, like in the early 90s, she said some people would just like stop and stare.
Or try and touch your hair and stuff like that.
Yeah. And she said like some people would just like stop in their tracks and just like, and then she said gradually over the like every sort of 5 years there'd be more black people, more mixed race kids, more this, more that, and so it become less like a circus sort of thing.
Exactly.
But no, to be fair, I didn't really notice it growing up. I notice now there's a lot more black people, African people, like there's a lot more different cultures,
much more diverse,
like
isn't it?
Kurdish, Turkish. You see it in the restaurants, you see it in their businesses that are about and stuff like that. So I do notice it then. I didn't notice it as a kid, but I don't think kids
see it in the same
of
way,
any race do notice these things.
I definitely think a lot of it is learnt behaviour, right? It's like, what is it they say, like nature versus nurture? I think it's more of a nurture or lack of nurture.
I mean, kids don't naturally pick up on race and things like that. You don't. None of my friends did. None of my friends were ever like, oh, by the way, you're black. And I was never like, by the way, you're white. We were just friends. You know, you are who you are. And if you're sound, then you're sound.
Cool. It's simple as that. Simple as that. No, exactly. So schooling in Pompey. And then when you were in your teens, obviously you've had this, you know, whilst you don't remember a lot of it, you have had this start in life that, you know, isn't the most angelic, ideal situation. Did that ever come back to haunt you in any way, shape or form? Like when you were hitting, you know, puberty and hormones and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I think so. I had a lot of interest in getting intoxicated, a lot of drug use.
What we're talking, like 15, like that kind of age bracket, or
probably earlier, like probably, well, not much earlier, probably like 14 realistically. Heavy drug use.
God, I couldn't picture you on drugs.
I used to love it.
I did as well, but I just couldn't picture it.
Like,
I'm surprised we never come across each other. Because obviously I lived down that way as well.
I was I was crazy for drugs and being drunk and getting as intoxicated and smashed as I could, basically. And then there was a lot of fighting involved as well. There was just
what you were fighting?
A lot.
It's literally I just couldn't picture any of that.
Like, I used to love it. Used to go out my way to find it. To go find it.
God. And do you think that came from the foundations of like your early childhood? Or was it who you were hanging around with? Or were you just generally being rebellious? Do you think it would have happened regardless?
I think it was probably like a case of like the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Right.
Like probably an element of being my birth mum's son to a degree. acting out. You know, puberty is a hard time for any kid of any age.
Yeah, exactly.
But you throw into that like foster care, adoption, stuff like that. Then it's a very tricky and challenging time. But realistically, I think, that must have played a part to some degree, and that's when it kind of probably manifested itself in the fighting, in the drinking, in the drugs. How
long did that go on for?
Probably until I started boxing.
Yeah. How old were you when you started boxing?
I started late. I went once for a very short period at like 14 with a friend, but then went for like maybe a month or two and then stopped going. And then I went back to it in Stamshaw with a few friends at 16. Yeah. So started late, and that's when it all stopped, because the coach would be saying things like,
on your back.
Yeah, well, he didn't like hearing stuff outside of the gym. So like if he heard about you fighting outside of the gym, he'd kick you out of the gym. So there was things like that. And then,
did you have a male role model? So was your mum married?
No, never.
So when would you say was the first time that you kind of came into contact with, I guess, a man that you could see as a role model?
None as a child. No.
Would the coach have been like, the boxing coach would have been kind of one of the earlier ones?
Yeah, someone I respected. But again, not a role model. Like he was, he'd say some like really choice things, and like, you know,
questionable
things, but he was a really good guy. Like he really meant well, and he did a lot for that community, and he did a lot for the kids within that community, like kids that couldn't afford to pay their like subs and stuff. He just let it slide. Like he was a good guy. He'd done a lot for the community, but not like a role model in someone that I'd look up to. But I just respected him. I just knew he was a good guy. Yeah.
And so, like, you went into, was there a moment where you were like, that light bulb moment of, I'm going to totally screw up my life and end up on a really bad path if I don't sort it out? And is that what led you to the boxing? Or was it whilst you were at the boxing that you were like, this is what I want. I want to be.
Yeah, definitely the latter. Yeah, I think I realised, because I was awful at boxing when I I mean, I had like nearly 50 fights whilst I was in the Navy, and you know, got to a really high point. I was ranked in the top 10 in GB and Ireland and things like this, so I was quite prolific at boxing, but I was absolutely horrendous when I started.
Really?
I was fucking awful.
And is that because you didn't like listening, or because you were like,
I just wasn't good at, I wasn't good at fighting.
Arms.
I was like, I could like street brawl and scrap, but like technical punching and fighting, I was.
So did it take like more hard work from you than, say, the average boxer to kind of get good? You had to put more into it.
It didn't. Throwing punches correctly and moving correctly how you should in a boxing sense didn't come naturally to me. I don't know why, because I've done sports all my life. So I've done tennis, football, like loads of sports all my life. Boxing just didn't come naturally. But I don't know why.
Though. I mean, fair play for sticking at it.
And so I think it was the latter. Like it wasn't that I like come to this realization. It was like, I don't care about that shit anymore. I want to get better at boxing.
You had a focus and a goal. What did you do when you first left school? Did you go to, because you didn't join the Navy straight away, did you?
No, I didn't join the Navy till I was 20. So I'd done a few random jobs. I was worked in a factory for a little bit. I'd done removals job for a bit. I was just like bouncing around, labouring jobs, like odd little bits. Nothing skilled, nothing overly techy, just work, really.
And is that because like you were so, I guess, embroiled in maybe like a negative time in your life, at a time when maybe you would be choosing your options, choosing what career, whether you want to do an apprenticeship or college? Like, did you just never you never kind of had that thing where you were like, right, I want to be X, Y, or Z?
Yeah, I didn't know what I wanted to do or be. And I had no interest in school. The only reason I went to school was because there was girls there. And I say that hand on heart, like there was girls at school.
You can see why there are no boys' schools and girls' schools anymore, right?
Yeah.
You get more in if you just mix them all up.
yeah, definitely. So that was the sole purpose I went to school. And to have a laugh with my friends. So like, unfortunately, if I'd have found something that piqued my interest as much as boxing, like a subject or whatever. But no, school was fine. It was me. I just wasn't interested.
You weren't ready, and sometimes that's okay though.
Most of the teachers were fine, you know. But obviously, when you're at school, you have this lack of accountability where you're like, oh, the teachers are all out to get me, and this, that, and the other, and you know the world's against you. But actually, I was a little shit, and I was a pain in the arse.
You needed to be put in the place. So, how did the Navy come about? Like, whose idea was that?
It was kind of twofold. So I was doing boxing, I was doing a few things, and my friend, a person who's become my friend, who was a boxing coach at Heart of Portsmouth, Q Shillingford. He was saying, by the way, I'd gone sparring at his gym. And he was saying, by the way, if you end up going in the Navy, you could do this for a living.
Oh, wow.
Because that's what he used to do. So he's like, you could join the boxing team and do it for a living. So
were your eyes like, ding, 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 ding?
Yeah, because you can be a full-time athlete.
That's insane.
So that piqued my interest. And then, so that piqued my interest. My uncle had been in the Navy as well. So that was, I knew he'd really enjoyed his career. So it was in the family. So I went down the careers office and
wowza. And that's what you done from the beginning, was your job role was an athlete?
No, so initially I was what they call a warfare specialist, which is you work on like the radars, the systems, a little bit of the sort of seamanship side of it, so like rope work and stuff like that, but mainly like radar.
Is that like SATs? Is it SATs? What's it called? There's a acronym. I used to recruit for a company called NSSL Global.
Oh, okay.
And they made all of the, not all, but they were a company that made like radar and done all the IT and stuff. And it's so interesting.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
It's like a completely different bandwidth to what we use in Civvy Street.
Day to day,
all different names for it and everything. And you weren't just, the Navy for you, it wasn't just like a fly-in visit, right? It was something that was a part of your life for a really long time. Yeah,
I was in the Navy for 15 years.
Wow.
So I made some great friends in there. I had some great experiences in there. Some friends for life, some memories for life, like traveled a lot, went to Falklands, Brazil, Cape Verde, like all over the place. Like Africa, Spain.
Didn't you end up getting qualifications as well?
Yeah, so towards the end of my Navy career, I did feel a bit like I'd kind of done everything. Like I ticked a lot of boxes that I wanted to tick, and those that were left didn't really interest me. So I decided to go to university as an adult. And I managed to get so I studied strength and conditioning because I thought play to your strengths, because by this point I was a qualified PT within the Navy. And so I went and got a science degree in strength and conditioning.
Wowza.
And got a 2-1 at the end of that. Which,
so a degree,
Yeah, to be fair, if I was to go back to my school and say I doubt any teachers would be left. I left school a long time ago.
You'd be surprised though, because I went into my old school, which was St Luke's, charter now. And I walked into the meeting room and there was a lady there, and I was like, hello, and she was like, oh my god. And it's funny how they recognise you as well as you recognise them. So you'd be surprised. Have you ever been back to Priory?
I need to play tennis.
Oh, we'll have to get you in there. That'll be so cool.
I think some of the teachers that taught me would drop down dead if they found out I got a degree. So that's how my schooling was versus what I wanted to achieve as an adult. So.
And it shows you, doesn't it, that when you put your mind to something and it's something that you genuinely are interested in, like, the world's your oyster, right?
Yeah,
you've just got to be ready.
Yeah, it's the timing, exactly like you say. It's when you're ready, and it's the timing.
Yeah.
Of that.
And then I know that, like, with the Jet situation, so Jet's Portsmouth now, so you were coming out of the Navy, right?
Yeah.
And then it was like serendipitous, is that the right word? Where like the stars aligned and everything just seemed to happen at the right time for you and Mark, right? Because you and Mark go back years.
So Mark and I are like, we're not school friends, we went to different schools, but like we've been friends since like school age, so like 15, 16. And so we go way back, and we were horrid little shits together. And we've just stayed in touch the whole time, because like I said, we didn't grow up through school or childhood together as such. But we became really, really good friends. Like, he's still one of my best friends to this day. And the situation with Jets was that I was round his house. I said, I've got, or I'm going to have, a little bit of money behind me, like what was to me substantial. That I said I wanted to invest, and I wasn't sure really where to go with it. And he said, I'll have a think and see if anything springs to mind that I think you could invest in. Because I was saying, like, I want to get involved in some sort of franchise, but I'm not sure what. I'm not sure, like, what would suit me. And then,
because he'd already like spoken to them before, I think. And it didn't really go to plan.
No, it didn't work.
Somebody took it over, and it didn't work out. And then, obviously, that's what I mean by like the stars aligning. You then have this conversation with him, and then he reaches back out again, and then all of a sudden it just
so and then he phoned me, and he said, I think we could buy the gym I go to together. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, honestly, he's like, I think we can buy this gym.
Dream team.
And I was like, right, let me come check it out. I had a look around, and I was like, yeah, right then. And then it went from there.
And there you are. And at what point did you meet Charlie?
7 years ago.
Was that when you were still in the Navy?
Yeah.
Is she from Pompey?
Kind of, like mainly Pompey. Yeah, she was born at St Mary's.
Okay.
So
Pompey.
Yeah, proper Pompey. But so she was born at St Mary's, but she's been between, like, her mum's in sort of Whiteley, Southampton area, and then her dad's always been sort of South Sea, Eastney area. So Pompey, there or thereabouts.
And you getting married next year?
Yeah, we're getting married next year. So
are you doing it here or abroad?
Queen's Hotel here. So she's one of the resident wedding photographers for the Queen's Hotel.
Perfect.
So
did you get a cheeky bit of discount then?
No.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Your people need to speak to their people and then relay that back. And then you've obviously got your beautiful daughter. Tell us a bit about her.
So Roma is 3 years old next Monday. So
she's your little twin as well, right?
Yeah, bless her. She's a spitting image of me, unfortunately for her. But no, she's she's very intelligent. She's very funny. She just loves playing pranks and like messing around, and she's perfect. She's so funny. She makes me laugh every day. And you obviously
take like fatherhood like super duper seriously, and she's a massive part of your life. Do you see yourself having more children, or
further down the line for sure? I'd like to anytime once the wedding's out of the way. Charlie says she wants to look banging in a dress, so
she's holding out.
We're going to wait until the wedding's done, and then get to work, I think, and then try and
get at it. In the honeymoon period. And the thing is as well, I think by that point Roma, did you say Roma? With Roma, wouldn't it? I was like, really worried I was going to get it wrong then. She probably will be starting school, and then it's easier to then dedicate lots of time to the new one, and so that can be quite nice.
Yeah, she starts school 2 weeks after our wedding.
Oh wow!
So, so she starts big school.
So exciting though. Have you got anywhere planned for the honeymoon?
We don't know yet. I think because it is like 2 weeks after the wedding, her starting school, we'll probably go somewhere in like December maybe.
Catch a bit of winter sun somewhere.
Yeah, but we're both obsessed with Italy, so it could be
nice.
Could be Italy or something like
Italian dream. And I know that you're obviously, I mean, your story's just absolutely phenomenal, right? It's one of those absolute dreamboat stories of like, you know, that saying of the rose that grew from concrete. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That's what you make me think of. Is, you know, sort of given this really shit start in life through no fault of your own. And yes, you've had that moment or those few years where it could have gone one way, but it didn't. And here you are today. And you know, I think I always look back to that moment when we announced you as one of our role models for Next Gen, and just the absolute sheer love that was like poured on you on social media was just amazing. Like, I know obviously likes and comments are not necessarily, you know, everything we should go by, but you obviously radiate that positive energy. How do you keep yourself in that positive mindset? Like,
I don't know. I do a lot of things. I do a lot of things for that. I mean, I practice gratitude daily. I train every day. I practice gratitude daily. Because for me, so practicing gratitude, obviously, exactly what it says on the tin, makes you have to think about what it is that you've got. And what element of that thing or person that you're thankful for. So that's really huge, because then you start the day, and I do that first thing in the morning, every morning. I start the day feeling like, oh wow, look how lucky I am. And reminding yourself what you've got. So that's a good way for me. And then at some point, most days, if not more often than not, every day, I train. I train my body. So then,
and that all helps the mind.
And that a long time ago, it used to be for a 6-pack and to attract girls, and you know all the things that come with looking good aesthetically or physically. For the past sort of 5 years, it's just been so that I can win Roma's sports day in the dad's race, and B, for my mind. It's from my mind. It's if I don't train for like 2-3 days,
you really notice.
I know about it. My head's a mess. I can't think as clearly. I'm moody as shit. Like really, really moody.
It actually surprises me, to be honest. I was thinking about this the other day, because we're moving to a new space, right? I told you. And there was a part of me that's thinking, oh, this other space that's empty at the space that we're going to, like that could be so many things. And oh my God, we could have like a gym for young people. And then it had my brain go into like, why aren't there gyms in schools? Like, why aren't there like actual legit, you know, with the like traditional gym? I'm not talking bloody ropes and, you know, the gym mats. I'm talking actual like gyms. Why isn't that a thing yet?
It's strange,
because
isn't it?
Obviously we've evolved as humans, and not us, I mean the world. And you know, there's been so much more respect for you know, the fitness industry and what it does for the human soul and mind and body, and how it's all, we understand now as humans that it's all interconnected, right? And that it's important. Maybe that's a meeting we need to have at some point. That should be a thing, shouldn't it?
It's huge. It is absolutely huge. And we encourage parents to take their kids into the gym with them at Jets, because these people are, you know, they're really moldable at that age.
Exactly.
And if they grow up with a parent that's always walking, or because it doesn't have to be the gym, but always like walking, active out and about, themselves. You know, looking after themselves.
Monkey see, monkey does.
Exactly that. They make good meal choices more than they don't. You know, like that just breeds into the children. From a selfish point of view, the way things are headed, it's a great time to have a gym, because, you know, like when I look at, you know, the city as a whole and the country as a whole, I go, wow, there's a lot of potential customers who are going to need our help. So, but if we can get more parents doing more, being more active with their kids, then maybe
it will
not.
continue to be positive.
Itself out.
Rather than going down this downward spiral. And so now you're obviously, you know, entrepreneur, you're coaching, you do Synergy Success Network, which I imagine is like super satisfying as well, helping people. And then on top of that, you're also on the adoption panel. You're a panelist for Adopt South.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And obviously one of our amazing role models at Politely Rebellious Next Gen. With all of that in mind, like, what would be, I guess, your core bit of advice for the next gen?
Probably like find challenges. So find challenges, like, you know, if like mini challenge, not huge things, but find loads of micro challenges that you can grow from, that you can come out the other side of. Like, if you're nervous about public speaking, start with a small group of friends and say, look, I want to read this to you.
Or have a debate about something. Or have a
debate, in a small group of 5. And then you'll build that up to, like, might be a family event where there's like more people there. And then, you know, you could do it on a bigger stage at the Guildhall or something like that. And like, so I think, like, because the reality is that if then you go into a job where you have to do public speaking and you've never set yourself these mini challenges that you've had to overcome, and suddenly you've got to do a webinar in front of, you know, 2,000 people that aren't even there, but you know they're dialed into what you're saying. That's really huge if you've never set loads of little challenges.
Or even if you want to get fit, like, just start with going for a walk for 5 minutes, and then the next day going for 10 minutes, and then, you know, see how you get on, and then sign up to a gym, or you know.
So do hard things every day. Do hard things every day, or things that you don't want to do. Like I train most days, and I'd say probably like half of the time I don't want to do it. I'd much rather stay in bed for an extra hour or 2. But I know the benefits to my body, and more importantly my mind. But you have to train yourself to be able to do hard things every day, because what you get out of that as a byproduct is real strong resilience. And then when I've got to have an awkward conversation in one of the businesses, or when I've got to make a big decision for myself and Charlie or our family, like, I don't crumble. You know, I handle it as best I can, because I'm used to doing hard things or dealing with hard things every day. So my advice to the sort of next gen would be, do hard things and set yourself loads of little challenges.
Life isn't meant to be easy, kind of thing, you know, and you can't handle the big things if you've got no resilience. Totally makes sense. What would you say the future holds for you and your gorgeous little family? Obviously wedding, babies.
So a wedding in the short term, hopefully more kids in a couple of years or so, and then I want more. Mark and I want more gyms. I want more gyms. I want more businesses.
What's the plan of action, do you think? Like another gym in a different part of Pompey, or would you venture outside of Pompey?
Probably outside of the city. No, we're definitely not opposed to doing another gym on the outskirts of Portsmouth. So like your, you know, Gosport, Farehams, those sort of areas. But I think personally, Portsmouth, there's a lot of gyms here. So ideally we'd go a bit further afield.
Makes sense.
But I want to do more events. We're growing an event with Synergy Keep Attacking, which is an assault race, and we're trying to grow that year on year, so make that big. We want it to basically be like Victorious, but for fitness,
like a Tough Mudder type thing, but like your version.
Exactly.
And it's the pinnacle.
And we want to grow it until there's like, you know, fitness brands there. Everyone's got stalls, clothing, fitness clothing brands. You know, we want that to be huge.
I love that mentality though, right? Because it's that true entrepreneurial spirit, I think, that a lot of the next gen don't understand, is that you have to start somewhere. And like, even if you had all the money in the world to go at something like super hard and big, actually the power of starting small and developing that community, it really lays such good foundations for when it does become huge, for it to be received in the best way. It's almost like the marketing then does it for itself.
That's
like
right.
Organic, you know. I love that. It's really cool. So, right, first and foremost, most important question, Joel, what would you say is the most politely rebellious thing you've ever done?
Probably focusing on boxing more than everything else.
Yeah.
So changing from, being around friends, drugs, fighting, and staying to focus on just the boxing,
the
really.
positive stuff. And that's a big deal, isn't it? I mean, it's that whole thing of what we teach a lot of young people in school. We say to them, if you hang around with 5 smokers, you'll become the sick. If you hang around with 5 idiots, you'll become the sick idiot. So it's that realization of like, right, I don't want to become them, I want to become more like them.
And like, as I'm thinking about the question as well, I'm thinking like, probably leaving the Navy, which is a secure, safe environment, it's like, and
then throwing all your money into like
everything I had into a business for my first business venture. Like, it's crazy. That's probably the most politely rebellious thing I've done.
And it's working out, so the risks were all worth it. Right, so now for some quick fire questions. No right or wrong answers. Hot tub or ice bath?
Hot tub.
Really? I honestly thought you were going to say ice bath. Do you do the ice bath thing?
I do the ice bath, but I prefer the sauna. I prefer the sauna. But out of those two, I don't like the cold. But I do it because it's the benefits.
It's good for the thing. Boxing or the gym?
The gym.
Yeah. What's your favourite bit of apparatus?
Squat machine.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What would you say is your dream destination?
Caribbean.
Yeah. Whereabouts?
Antigua.
Yeah. Have you never been?
I've been twice.
Oh, have you?
Twice.
Okay.
I love Italy as well. I love Italy and Thailand, but Caribbean's very relaxed, very very.
Do you
slow
feel
pace.
at home when you go there? Like, do you feel like a sense of belonging?
I thought I would, but I didn't.
No.
I thought I was kind of maybe hoping I would, but I didn't. I just thought it was wicked, and I really want to go to Jamaica as well.
Yeah.
Jamaica looks a lot of fun as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. Really cool. I love that. Cheese or pickle?
Pickle.
Yes, winning. And your favourite song?
God.
It's quite a hard one, isn't it?
That is a very hard one. Trying to think what I listen to most.
Are you like someone who stays up to beat with like top 40, or are you like a old school playlist?
I only listen to music that's like 10 years or older.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your genre like go to?
Rap, R&B, house music.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know any of the songs in the today.
It makes you feel really old. It makes me feel really old when I see like music videos, or Charlie, or my boys, my son, like he's 11, and he'll start like singing a song or doing a dance, and I'm like, what is that? Like, who is that? Yeah, and you realise that you're old.
Favourite song. Do you know what? I don't know.
Have you and Charlie started talking about like wedding songs yet?
Yeah.
Have you? Obviously, you don't want to give any of that away, but
we don't have one.
Don't you?
We were saying we don't actually have a song.
Do you have like the same music choice? Like,
very similar taste. Very similar taste. But like, there's a song, and like we don't have any songs. It's weird.
Me and Joe didn't know, to be fair.
Nah.
And he's obviously you've met him, haven't you? And he's like a Nirvana, Linkin Park, whereas I'm R&B and stuff.
Yeah.
So our wedding was an absolute mix of like Nirvana, Come As You Are. I think walking out after we'd got married, I asked for cheerleader, I found myself. Our first dance song was One Love, and he was a bit cringed out by that. But our musical taste is so different.
Yeah.
But you don't have a song that you're like, oh, that's our song. No. You will have after the wedding though, because you'll have to choose something, and then you're forced into having a song.
Yeah, no, we don't yet, but we will.
Exciting times. What colour suit are you going to wear, out of interest?
Thinking either blue or cream.
Yeah.
Or a combination of
like
both,
this kind of colour.
Something like that. Yeah, like that sort of. Is that cream beige?
Cool. Yeah.
That sort of colour, either blue or beige.
Oh my God! And obviously, Rome's going to be a little bridesmaid or flower girl.
Yeah, she will be. Yeah,
that's so cute. Well, thank you so much for coming in. Honestly, like when it comes to role models in Pompey, you are up there, aren't you, at the top of the food chain? And we couldn't be luckier to have you. So
Thank
appreciate
you.
your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.